Mandalorian is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Last we will reveal ourselves.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of dark.
Let's go.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
We're here, we're back, and welcome to LightSaber Radio. Our crew is feeling extra festive this week as we start the countdown to Christmas. This week's Hothbreaker, I am going to give each of you a Star Wars character. I want you to tell me what you'd buy them for the holiday season.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
I'm
Kyle.
a terrible gift giver.
Exactly. Kyle, what do you buy the man who's killed everything? Palpatine.
Wow. It's kind of hard to give somebody he like owns the galaxy at one point. Like he's the supreme leader. What do you get a supreme leader of the galaxy? I would go capture Luke Skywalker and give him Luke Skywalker.
Oh, fair. That's, I like that. That's a lot of dedication.
It might be a little bit hard, but I think I might be able to figure it out. I can lure him in somehow.
Morning, rural farm boy. Garrison, if the headdress doesn't match the gown, you're in trouble. Padme.
What am I getting? Oh,
Yeah.
myself.
You're sat. Wow. What? Stood in the middle of her chambers, wrapped up in a big bow. Just.
Yes. I'll pop out of under the Christmas tree and like I'm here.
It's my dick in a box. Sorry.
Okay, Charlie. So
right,
we have
Nick.
to pick one for you.
Well, Nick actually gave me one in the spirit of the game.
That ain't fair because that means that you get that you already pre-thought this out. You got to get.
I actually didn't. Like he told me, I wrote it down, completely forgot.
I think you're fibbing.
I'm not fibbing, but if you want to pick one, Nick picked Child Anakin for me because Christmas is about the kids.
Oh, see, that's easy.
That's easy. What, his freedom? Go ahead.
Your freedom.
Who? Yeah, there we go.
I would do that too.
Freedom. I would pay for his freedom. That would be it. Who would you pick for me?
Let's say Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. That's who I was going to give to CJ. Ooh. Right. So you can't get him any socks because that's just offensive.
Ouch.
So that's like quite the majority of clothing out. You know what I think he'd really like? I'd name a planet after him.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You can name stars after people and stuff. I'd like name a planet after him and be like, there you go, that's planet Darth Maul. That's all yours, that is. I think he'd quite like that.
I'd put the moons. I'd name the moons Kenobi.
Yes.
Kenobi and Ahsoka. That would really have him. He'd be mad as hell. Like, I got a planet, but my
That'd be
moves
awesome.
Kenobi and Ahsoka. Oh God.
Uh,
Hey Wayne, how you doing today?
Hey, Wayne. Oh, my goodness.
oh, wow.
So-
That's a good one.
I don't know about you lot, but I still haven't started my shopping for Christmas. And I know us and all of our listeners have family members who love Star Wars. So this week, I want to talk everything gifts. I want to know what you've been given that you love that was Star Wars related. I want to talk hot toys because there is so much flying off the shelves this season. And a little later, I have got what I would argue is some of the worst Star Wars merch ever created.
I got some pretty bad
Ooh.
ones that I found too.
Oh.
You gotta know. These are pretty bad. So, okay, I would have to say that my favorite Star Wars gift that I've ever got was last year. My youngest daughter, she bought me a Star Wars sweatshirt. It's just a gray sweatshirt that just has white print on it that says Star Wars. And then on the bottom of it has 1977, which is the year I was born. But it's like real plain and simple. But I don't know. I wear it all the time. Like I can't stop wearing this thing. Like I wear it in the summertime, maybe 100 degrees outside. My wife be like, "Really, you putting on a damn sweatshirt?" I was like, "Man, I like my sweatshirt. Like, I like this sweatshirt. It's nice." I think I like it because
Yeah.
it's not all flashy and it's just plain and just says Star Wars on it, and it has my birthday year on there. So since Star Wars came out in
That's
1977, I was born in 1977.
adorable.
I think that's my favorite. And then my next probably favorite thing is the ugliest thing that you will ever could buy anybody. It is it is a Yoda coffee cup. Actually, I got it right here. This thing is oh come here. This thing is it's hideous, but I like it. I've never actually used it because I like to look at it because it's just so hideous. And for all the listeners on the regular podcast, yeah, you're just gonna have to guess how ugly this thing is.
Oh,
Oh,
what the?
oh my god, that's hideous.
I literally. Okay. Its skin isn't even green. It looks like a turd, bro.
Why? Why is his head so wide? Why, like, it's
I don't
so.
know. I don't know, but it's ugly. But that's
That's
like
huge.
that's one of my favorite gifts that was given to me. I look at it all the time and laugh. It makes me laugh every time I look at it. Like, damn, that thing is ugly. But that's my two favorite, or my favorite and my least favorite gift that I've ever got for Star Wars merchandise
That
for
is
Christmas.
adorable. Garrison, do you have any particular favorites? I know, like, you've not, like, I know you said a lot of the Star Wars merch you've got is stuff that you've been gifted rather than
Right.
stuff you've bought yourself.
Right. So I'm kind of scared to say it because then like yeah, I'm definitely picking favorites. Um, I still think my favorites would either be those keychains that my wife got us. I just
Oh,
like
yeah.
Kyle said, kind of the simple things can go a long way. So like something simple Star Wars without being like over the top crazy can be really really cool. And so I'd either go that or for a birthday back when I was in high school, that phone case that I told you guys about. It's
Oh,
basically it's a phone case, but on the back it has Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader just kind of like crossing swords. And I thought that was really cool. I really like that case. It's just kind of shows like I don't know one of my favorite scenes from Star Wars. So yeah, those two have got to be like up there for my favorites. My least favorite,
ooh.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't gotten anything too like terrible to be honest. Maybe like a giant Lego set. Not because that would suck as a gift, but because like for me, like I have to get things done, and if they're
Me
not
too.
done,
This
I
is
just
what
get
I
pissed
said.
off. Right.
If
So
somebody
if you,
bought me, yeah,
yeah,
I'd have to do it right there,
if you
right
got me
now.
like a giant Lego set, I would need to finish it before I did anything else. Like, yeah.
Oh my
So that's dangerous for
goodness.
me.
That's why I haven't started the puzzles yet. Because once I start, I'm not gonna be able to stop until it's done.
Oh
Yeah, the
yeah.
entire
Oh,
schedule is ruined
I
because
agree.
Kyle's doing
Right.
puzzles.
Puzzles, Legos, any of that. Just don't give it to me, please.
Okay, Charlie, what's yours?
Okay, so I think the best thing that I've been given was a gift that both Nick and I received from Sydney, and it's a series of original film stills from A New Hope.
Oh, that'd be
It's only
cool.
like 4 or 5, and I think it's the scene where Leia's being interrogated by Darth Vader. So there's a couple of like original film stills of Carrie Fisher, and that just
What?
That's dope as hell.
That's sick. What?
it it's like the smallest little gift, and it's wrapped up super like light tight and everything. So we need to get a special frame for them, but they're so beautiful, and to hold this little tiny piece of history and to have this kind of captured moment of somebody that I've loved and
Yeah,
adored for
dude,
such a
that's
long
sick.
time, stunning. My
That's sick.
second
What?
I know. She has an immaculate talent for finding the most beautiful and thoughtful gifts. Like Garrison and like Kyle have said, it's about the little things that mean so much. Speaking of, probably like one of my other favorites, excluding like my X-wing helmet, which is also just an incredible cosplay prop. My mum, as a joke, when I started getting back into Star Wars when The Force Awakens came out, she brought me a BB-8 hat, like a beanie. Like she was being genuine. She was like, "You're gonna love it. It's so cute." It's for like a 5-year-old child, so it doesn't actually fit me. It's like a little tea cozy. It just and
Like a yarmulke.
every time I wear it, she laughs so much. I don't know why it makes her so happy, but she was trying so hard to be supportive of my interest, and it's just
Terrible. It just, yeah. That's like the cup. Everybody's like, oh man, Kyle loves Star Wars. Let me get him this goblet with double chocolate cocoa mix coffee mug type thing, and it's gonna be cool. And they gave it to me, and I was like, "This is the ugliest fucking thing I ever seen in my life." But you're like, you smile, I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much," but you're really like, "Oh God, this thing is terrible. This is just one of the ugliest things imaginable." But it's still Star Wars, so I love it, and it makes me laugh all the time. So I guess it's great.
Yeah.
We
Now,
are all very spoiled and very loved. Goodness me.
oh yeah, shit. On my birthday, my wife got me 3 puzzles. I got I don't know,
I'm drowning in it.
5 shirts, 5 new Star Wars shirts. She got me a big giant. That might be one of my favorites too, because she got me a giant Mandalorian blanket. It's like one of them soft plush blankets, but it's huge. This thing is big.
Ooh.
Like you got to fold it up 8 times to make a 12 by make a 2-foot square. You got to fold it. This thing is huge, and it's so soft and fluffy, and it warms my heart.
Oh, Kyle is so sweet. That's adorable. This is again, important gifts if you've got people in your life who love Star Wars and coloring. Nick got me a Star Wars comic coloring book, so it's a bunch of the comic pages
Oh, that's dope.
that you can
Yo.
color in. And
Yes.
oh my goodness,
I just suck at
the
Yo.
excitement.
I can't stay within the lines. I'm like a 3-year-old when it comes to coloring. I'm like, what the hell?
It
This shit
just
looks like
scribbles
crap.
across the page. Yo, people underestimate coloring for adults. It is therapeutic, I swear.
It is so soothing. Rural Fanboy says that one of his favorite Star Wars gifts when he was 13 in 1980, he got the Hoth Ice Planet playset. Oh,
That would be dope.
oh.
And it had a cardboard AT&T background. Oh yeah, that would really be dope. I don't think I remember seeing those. I probably did.
The level of dedication they put into the original Star Wars toys is unmatched. Absolutely
but there's
unmatched.
also some okay, so I was looking cause I knew we were going to be talking about this on this episode because we had discussed it. So I was looking at some stuff. I seen the most horrendous. This thing.
Horridious.
Yeah, I had to create a whole new word. I had to create a new word
Keeping that
for
one.
how ugly this thing was. It was
Horridious.
it was a Princess Leia action figure, but it looked like The Rock. You know what I'm saying? With hair. She was all buff and her hands was all big. I said, "Oh my God, that's terrible." It was horrendous. Just
Horridious.
it was disturbing. It gave me nightmares last night. I had bad dreams after seeing this picture. I woke up please don't let it be real. Please don't let it be real. Yeah, it was bad. I wish I could have saved the picture. I thought I did, but I did it because I would love to show everybody that it was that bad.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have got some extremely horrific stuff to show you. A lot of it, thankfully, is quite vintage and quite rare now, so you're not going to have to torture your loved ones with these horrible gifts. But firstly, I wanted to talk about there have been some really, really hot releases for Star Wars toys this year. So much stuff is selling out. Weirdly, the most popular, a galactic snacking Grogu, which is like a sort of 7-8 inch animatronic Grogu that you can feed, and it makes noises, and it's out of stock nearly everywhere in the UK. It's stupidly popular. It's also about $71, which
Yeah, that's a
lot.
I don't know. Why? What is the purpose
I'm
of this?
guessing because Baby Yoda was so popular with the kids, they've kind of tried to merge the sort of baby doll, sort of my first baby with the Star Wars market, and now we've got whatever it doesn't even look that nice. I don't, bad journalism, I don't have a picture, but it's real ugly.
It probably doesn't even work that well. I feel like any
No.
electronic moving toy ends up breaking after a week.
It looks like a haunted ventriloquist doll. That's what it looks like. Horrible.
Dylan. Dylan's in the chat. We got Dylan.
Hey, Dylan. Oh my goodness.
But
Also-
yeah, it's a. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so no after you.
No. I don't even remember what I was gonna say now. So go ahead.
Also incredibly hot this season. Like I'm sure as you guys have seen, the full like Lego Deluxe Millennium Falcon and Attack kits. We're talking
yeah.
like $800, $1,000, gigantic box. Do the whole thing on Boxing Day. Get the whole family involved. The dog eats half the pieces. Like
No, okay. So I had I'm like Garrison. Okay, so I had an idea. I got the Star Destroyer, right? And I tried to put this thing together, and I don't even know how many. It was like $200 for this damn thing. I can't even remember how much I paid for this thing. I thought it was gonna be a good idea. I was like, I'm gonna build this. I'm gonna hang it up. I'm gonna glue the pieces and hang it up in my studio, and it's gonna be cool. And yeah. I opened it, looked at it, and put the top of the box back on. It's sitting in the closet. Still haven't built it in 2 years. Like I can't do this. It's too much. Like there's just like so many pieces. Like I was just looking at how many pieces is in this box. Like no, and then somebody, I think my brother was like, "Hey man, I can get you a Star Destroyer, or not the Star Destroyer, but the Death Star." And
oh my gosh.
And I was like, no, don't get it. Don't waste the money.
It goes from like, oh, you got me a gift to you got me one big ass chore.
Yeah.
Once I'm done building it, it'll be great. But all the stress of building it, because there's so many little pieces.
And Dylan said, because I'm a lightsaber collector and enthusiast, my friend and girlfriend got me a space sword from the local grocery store. Now it sits on display stand on my home office desk.
Really, that a space sword.
Charlie,
Okay,
you're
You're
muted.
muted.
Never mind. Let me try again. Dylan, that's a point I wanted to bring up. If you want to buy your loved one a lightsaber for Christmas, I'm going to say this now, and it's probably a bit controversial. Don't buy it from Ultra Sabers.
Oh, uh-oh.
You can get a really reasonably priced, like I'm talking like $50, $60 LED, smack it around with your friends, really, really high quality from like LGT, Padawan Outpost if you're based in the UK. There are more affordable, higher quality options for your money.
You can also
Oh my
get on.
goodness.
You can also get on Etsy, and guys make them to the point where they can spend like maybe $100-$150 and get one you can beat the living hell out of.
Yep. Do your research. Don't fall for the Google adverts.
Like I
because
said,
Ultra
Dylan,
Sabers are not worth your money.
Dylan,
Or DX
like I said-
Sabers. Thank
Like
you.
I said on the last podcast, if you have any questions on anything, I'm always on Etsy. I'm always looking up stuff. I'm always researching things for like helmets, gear, lightsabers, and stuff. If you need any help, just reach out to me on Instagram or my, the LSR Twitter. I am willing to respond and give you any websites that you need for any questions you may have.
That is also a point. Use this Christmas season to support independent creators and independent artists with their work and their gifts. Like, please, we all need it. We all need the support.
Okay. So since we're going into that, there is one thing that I need to tell everybody not to do. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And this is one of the gifts that popped up in the worst Star Wars gifts ever. And I'm about to share the screen so everybody can see it, and I will explain it to the audio listeners. So let's go to the share screen thing.
So do we all have lists? And hey, that's not a bad idea.
Do not get a picture
Don't
of
do
your
it.
dog as a Jedi. or
Don't
your
do
cat.
it.
This is the
Don't
most ugliest
cringe.
thing that I have ever seen. So basically, you send a picture in to this website, and they will take the picture of your animal, and then they will create a Jedi or Sith or whatever you want as the picture of this. They'll make you a picture of this. These things are terrible. It's ugly. It just doesn't make sense. Like a dog can't hold a lightsaber. You can look at his paws in the picture. He can't hold on to the light. Like it
don't have
looks like
thumbs.
garbage.
Hey, he looks cute. He looks like a little badass Jedi. How
Okay,
dare you?
Oh
okay.
my God, no.
that is terrible.
Some
That is
people,
I know.
yeah,
You know,
but this
okay.
like
just- And
This
don't
goes
give
to
this
a
as
larger
gift.
issue. Some
Don't-
people are really obsessed with their pets, dude. Like
That's not
Yeah,
a large
I-
issue,
Yeah.
though.
this
I don't-
speaks to a much larger issue. Like
I
some
wouldn't
people, their pets are
personally
like
do it.
I don't care.
they
like,
prefer dogs over their own family. Like
It's
Hey,
also
I preferred my dog before my family before she passed away. So I mean, there's
it's
not that.
also giving me big like live laugh love vibes. Like I'm trying to connect with my teenage son. Here's our family dog as a Jedi.
Yeah, he doesn't even
See?
like the dog that much, and they,
My
Yeah, he
thing-
they
doesn't
just
even
get
like the
enough
dog.
of
It's
him.
like a ratty little chihuahua. Like
My thing would be this: I'm sitting at the house. It's dark. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching TV or something, and like the light reflects off this picture as I look over and see this. My dog is a Jedi. I just like flip the hell out. Like, what the hell is going on? Oh, what the hell? Nah, man, we gotta get rid of that picture. That gotta go. You know
So-
what I'm saying?
I got a question real fast. Are we going like off of like, did we all make lists on like the best things to get and the worst things? Because last night, before I went to bed, I made a list of the 10 things we should do and give like our family or our family members. And then I have 8 of the worst things I have found ever.
Actually,
And-
I just kind of looked at like did some research on like and looked at pictures of like the worst crap that I could find.
I found 3 things that are the
I-
most scary things I have ever seen in my life that you can buy.
if we're going into bad
Ugh.
merch, I really want to kick this off because I've been sitting on this list for about 3 months now collecting
Oh
it.
god.
Also,
wow.
side note, another gift not to get. Please stop buying us Star Wars themed beauty products like body wash and body spray and soap.
Can I share one?
I'm not,
Can I share
I'm
one?
not
Charlie?
stinky. I'm not stinky. Stop it.
Can I share one? If you're saying that, I have one.
Yes.
Slave Leia perfume.
Don't.
Uh-oh.
Don't, because
No,
that is
no,
on my list.
no,
Don't
hold on.
take this away
Yeah.
from me.
I have
Don't.
looked-
No, don't take it away.
No, please don't take this away
Charlie,
from me.
like,
Please.
Charlie had thoughts about this the other day.
Okay.
When we had our little lightsaber radio meeting, Charlie had
Please.
some thoughts.
Please.
Okay, then I won't. Then the worst thing that I have, the second worst thing is Chewbacca hairy leggings. They're not hairy on the inside that keep you warm. They're hairy on the outside. And they have a
That's
bandolier,
disgusting.
a waist, like a little. It's like a lanyard. You know how you shove your lanyard in your pocket and it hangs out. The bandolier hangs from the middle of your crotch to your butt.
Well,
Yeah.
not gonna lie, 14-year-old me would have fucking loved those. I would have worn those every day, like every day.
And then the
That's
one,
like,
God,
I
I
gotta
wish I had a
shave my
picture.
leg tonight.
I
I'm
have-
like, oh, no, put
I
on
have
the
one
Wookiee.
last thing to share. The other ones are but this other one, Star Wars snakeskin high heels.
Yeah, I got a picture of those. Hold on. I'll
Yeah.
put a picture of them up. I'll put a picture of them up. They're terrible.
And then my favorite thing I wrote down is any gift or product Kyle, CJ, and Garrison come up with. Because I'm sorry,
Wait a
there are
minute, I got some
some
good.
there are
I got
some
some-
ideas that we have openly stated that I don't think that should be on the market, really.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the
Oh
ugliest
God,
things
yes,
imaginable.
that's it
They
right
got
there.
lightsabers as heels.
And
I love
These things
shoes.
are
I love
they look
shoes.
ugly.
hideous.
I hate those.
Them
What
things
are
are ugly.
Yeah.
Those.
It's like
Those
brown
look like they
snakeskin.
intentionally tried to make the ugliest shoe. Like, let's
They
intentionally
went
try
out
to
of
make a
their
shoe
way.
that no one will wear.
There's
So
a
for the
black pair
listeners-
that don't look that bad.
For the audio listeners, y'all got to come and just look at go back and watch this when it's done. You got to go to the YouTube and watch this just to see how ugly these things are because I don't think I could describe them. But they're like brown and gold snakeskin. They got like a big giant white sole. They got the most horrendous traction on the front of them on the sole.
It looks like you're
And then
going
they got
back
like
behind me.
a light blue lightsaber hilt for the
Yeah.
heel. They're
Basically,
terrible.
what they did is they hollowed out a piece of turd, stuck some Nike Air Force soles on the bottom, and
Yeah.
then put a lightsaber as the heel.
We're talking like sneaker sole, brogue shoe, and then like comedy heel. What is this?
Yeah.
It is
They,
terrible.
So there's
they
a
stuck
black
some
pair.
Air Force soles on a piece of turd. is
There's
what
a
it
black
looks
pair
like.
that doesn't look that bad. They look just like this, but like the black doesn't look bad. It looks
That
kind of nice,
brown, though.
but that
Ah.
snakes. Hey,
No,
I had
no,
Mr.
no, no,
Luke
Potato
no,
Head.
no.
Skywalker.
I had that, Mr. Potato.
Oh,
Head.
this thing is hideous. It's hideous. If somebody gave me that, I would throw it at them. Like it would shatter all over the place. So we are looking at Luke Frywalker, Mr. Potato Head. This thing
no,
is terrible.
Not the pun.
I had this, though. Why is that bad? I had this.
This
I
is
had
terrible.
this and or
I'm sorry,
This
but
is
this
Are you
this is.
saying?
I'm so sorry, but this is like major small parts child may choke like energy.
Hmm.
No.
This is the Luke Frywalker from the dark side, Mr. Potato Head, because he's gonna take out some kids.
Oh my
yeah, he
God.
looks like it. He looks like hi kids.
It's a
do you like
Mr. Potato
violence?
Head, Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker. It looks terrible.
I
Okay, let's
hate
just go down the
this.
list.
Oh, that was
Oh,
another one.
Yeah.
This
No.
thing is hideous.
I saw that and it made me laugh.
If you own a cat, do not buy it Princess Leia head wrap thing. Because this is
Yikes.
terrible. It is just horrific. It is this is terrible. Why would they do it? Why do people put clothes on their animals? Like I just don't get it.
Hey, some dogs though. Okay, I can understand with some dogs they can't really
Like-
produce a lot of body heat, so getting them a little jacket isn't the worst thing. But when you
That is
get a
terrible.
full on dress, my grandmother is guilty of this. She's got a Chihuahua. My grandmother will go out and get her like a Christmas dress or a Thanksgiving or
Aw.
and this dog is fluffy. This isn't like one of those really like short haired chihuahuas. She's chunky. She's
Chihuahuas are
hairy.
so ugly.
And she, oh my God, this, and I taught this dog at an early age how to take them off, like how to properly like chew the dress off. So now that dog won't wear them, and my grandma's so pissed.
No. You know the proper way to keep a Chihuahua warm? You chuck that sucker in the furnace. Those are the worst
Yeah, you
dogs.
do.
I flipping
Right
hate
into the
Chihuahuas.
sun. Throw it right into the sun.
Yeah, no, I used to stomp at this dog and then run across the house and run back. Literally,
Oh,
I know
I
I'm
hate
giving this.
Chihuahuas.
I know I'm giving this dog PTSD, and this dog will hate me for the rest of its life. This dog won't come near
Don't
me.
fucking
She attacks
joke like
me.
that.
I'm not
No,
joking.
no.
It's a serious thing. Like this dog used to love me when I was a little kid. I can't go near this dog or anybody in the house if that dog is in the living room. Like if I go and like try to hug my grandpa, she bites my fucking ankles. She will attack me full
Throw
on.
her
She is
into
drunk.
the sun. Anyway,
Hey, that's
is
dope.
that?
What are you doing, Kyle?
That
I
is
want
the
that.
most dangerous gift in the world. It is a
Oh,
X-wing.
the knife set.
I
It
love
holds
that.
it magnetically holds your knife. This thing is first off, it's ugly. Second off, it's just dangerous. It just looks like that's some shit.
magnetic part.
Just imagine you get into an argument with your wife in the kitchen. You're arguing about some. You're looking at your wonderful Star Wars X-wing knife holder, and she chucks that at you.
Oh God.
That's very, very bad. This is not a good gift idea.
Ugh. My problem would be like the kids walk in. Oh, I want to play with the
Thank
X-wing.
you, Dylan. Thank you, Dylan. I want that knife set. It looks dope. I don't care. I think it
No.
looks amazing.
It might look
My
dope, but it is
dude.
dangerous. That is just
CJ,
dangerous.
you're in a house with like 3 kids under 5. Like, no, two.
two children. One's a 2-year-old and one's 10 months old. And I don't care. They can't reach yet. And I'm sorry.
They
it
will.
wouldn't-
Oh,
it
you'd be
wouldn't-
surprised.
hold
You'd be
on.
surprised,
Yeah.
bro.
Hold on. It would not leave the box, though. That's the thing. I'd wait
Hey.
until they got older
Okay.
before I'd even touch it.
Kyle, can I show everyone my list now?
Yeah, just hold up.
Hey, that's not bad. I had that too.
I had
Oh,
one of
no.
these. And I brought this up because I had one of these, and they said it was the worst. I liked it. It's the Death Star that turns into Darth Vader.
Can I share another worst one? If
All
we're
right,
going
only
off
got
this?
like a few more, and
Okay.
then then everybody else can move on to theirs. This thing is so basically it's a Darth Vader.
It's like a
And
transformer.
It's
Yeah.
a transformer, and
Yeah.
it starts off
That's
as,
just his
as a Death
Vader
Star,
in disguise.
and then it turns into Darth Vader, and that's kind of dope.
Autobots.
Fucking stop, I'm gonna have a hernia.
Vaderbots. Assemble.
and now this is the most ugliest thing that I had ever seen. In like it
Did he
clashes.
just rip off Santa's face? That wasn't his hand. Because you got Santa's beard, and then you can see Santa's lips. You can just rip off the bottom of Santa's face and call it a damn
This
day.
In
is
Santa
C-
Day.
C-3PO in Santa Claus coat.
Darth
and hat.
Santa.
It's
Might as well be.
nice.
It looks
just-
kind of dark.
What makes it so bad is because the gold clashes with the red and white so much that it just looks it's just hideous. It's like, oh my god, it's just terrible. It's just terrible.
Yeah, Santa's supposed to be fat. You need to do Jabba the Hutt.
Oh,
I'm just
Jabba
kidding.
Santa. That
I'm
would be
just kidding.
crazy.
No.
And
I mean,
think
he did have people sitting on his lap. I guess it could work.
Charlie's like, no.
okay, that was the last one I had for the
Some
worst.
poor
the
kid would
worst
get
gifts.
traumatized.
Okay.
Them was my worst
Okay.
gifts right there.
Here are some of my
All right, Carly.
worst of the worst. Oh my goodness.
God damn.
Behold.
Oh, I saw that. I was gonna say that.
First
Oh,
First up,
I don't think
we
that's that
have-
bad.
First up, we have a
Pulling
1981
tape from
Sigma
3PO's crotch.
Bro, no, that's
ceramic
pretty
tape
bad.
dispenser.
the
And it
tape
looks
is
like
like
he's in
Oh
shock.
man.
It looks like he's like,
Yeah,
oh
it
god.
looks like he's terrified.
It's
if
it's
he
a
could open his mouth and
whole-
scream, that's what he's doing.
He is screaming every time you pull the tape. He goes, ah! Next up, we have the Jar Jar Binks tongue sucker, which
Okay,
is
so yeah.
sweet.
That was the first one on my list.
This legit looks like some kind of sex toy. Okay.
Who let this get through marketing? Who sat there in development and production, looked at that and went, yeah, kids will love that.
The 90s.
The 90s,
That
yeah.
just sounds bad. Everything about that toy. It looks weird and it sounds weird. It's just disgusting.
Why is it textured? Why is the tongue? I'm going to zoom in on this.
Right!
Why is it textured?
that is terrible.
Who asked?
Oh man.
Next up, we have for anyone in your family who's a fishing enthusiast,
I
the
had one of
Star
those.
Wars fishing tackle set.
I had one of those when
Yeah,
I was
no.
little. I like my Star Wars fishing set. It made me feel like I was gonna catch some
Yeah,
fish.
but it automatically like becomes cheap. Like I'd rather that. I feel like some things that aren't meant to be like Star Wars or like changed to be like something people like. You know,
also-
there's some things like a fishing set. Just keep it like functional. It doesn't need to have like Star Wars stickers on it or whatever.
So what confuses me is that we've got like your basic bitch kind of like sort of themed stickers on the case. However, on the tag, this is the Ralph McQuarrie concept art for Darth Vader. Why is this in?
Y'all leave my tackle box alone. I liked my tackle box when I was like 5. I think I was like 5
Kyle.
or 6 when I had one of
Kyle.
those. It was great. I loved
Kyle, the innuendo.
it. It was great.
Please.
It had everything that you needed. And when you opened up the tackle box, it had stuff inside of it. It was great.
Next up, we have, as many of you know from one of the episodes of the quizzes a few weeks ago, George Lucas did appear with his entire family in Revenge of the Sith, and this is the collector's pack for his action figures.
What I
I would
don't
buy it.
understand-
I would buy it.
I would buy it. I think it's
Thank the maker. I'm buying it.
yeah.
if you've got about $80 to $100 to spend, you might be able to pick up a set.
That's my thing. I would not spend 80 to 100 now. If it was like $20, I might
Yeah.
get it. But for $80, I'm not spending $80.
Yeah, not now. I don't see it. 80
It's probably
now.
it's probably more than that now. That was in 2006. It was for $80. It's probably $500 now because all the collectors wanted to buy it. But I just
No,
don't see,
this is recent pricing. It's really not worth that much. Not
it's
compared to
like,
some
I would.
stuff.
There's like I'd buy another lightsaber for $80 before I bought the
Yeah.
George
Yeah.
Lucas collector set.
Next up, we have the piece de la resistance, the thing that I desperately wanted to get to. We
Oh,
have
God.
the one, the only Slave Leia perfume.
The
I
fact
will
that it's got the
now-
choker in the chain. Oh my.
I will now read you the blurb on the back of the packaging. Chains cannot restrain your smoldering sensuality, even when the most despicable scum in the galaxy surround you. Whether you're on a daring rescue mission or are being held captive by a nefarious slug or gangster, your regal bearing lets the world know that despite appearances, you're no one's servant. Fearless and inventive, Slave Leia perfume includes floral top notes of white peach, lily, bergamot, heliotrope, and raspberry that dry down to a warm, sultry mix of cashmere woods, musk, and night blooming jasmine. Slave Leia perfume. more powerful than a thermal detonator, yet more comfortable than a metal bikini.
Okay.
Can
okay,
I just
time out.
say real fast?
Wait.
I read the fucking reviews on this, like people that actually bought this product. It did not smell anything like it says.
I hate that I just did that. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Charlie, the way you read that changed my mind. I want that perfume. I feel like as soon as I get that perfume, I'd get turned on by it.
I think you should have been.
You will be the strong, beautiful woman you've always meant to be.
Yes.
I
The
think
door's
Charlie,
finally opened.
they should hire you to be the spokesman for the Slave Leia perfume. You should do the commercial.
Yeah.
I think you could do the
I'm
voice
just
for
gonna
that.
say this right now. I bet you Carrie Fisher is rolling over in her grave just
I
at the
know.
thought of that.
I know, Carrie.
And
I'm
go
Because
so
you know
back
she
real quick.
posed for that
sorry.
fucking photo.
Go back for that. Go back right quick to that. Okay, first off, the bottle is just ugly. Okay, let me explain to all the audio listeners what this
Yep.
bottle looks like. It's like a pink oval looking thing with like a crown on top of it with a chain on the crown or like at the neck part.
It's a choker on
The
a
It's
choker.
perfume
her,
bottle.
it's
It-
her collar around the neck of the bottle with the chain hanging off it.
I wouldn't buy it just because the bottle is ugly. The bottle is ugly. It's just like I would not look at this bottle and think to myself, "This smells good." I would not do it. It's
And
it's
also,
hideous.
for our audio listeners, poor Carrie is on the front of this, like the box of this perfume.
You
and
know
it
she
looks
posed
like
for this.
she looks incredibly bored. She's bored. She's done with it. She's had enough. But it
She's
also
not
gives kind
impressed.
of like Playboy centerfold energy,
Yeah.
which I
But
hate.
not in like
It really looks like you bought it
Yeah.
out of a Playboy magazine.
Yep. But not in
Playboy's
a good
probably the
way.
one that actually came up with the design of it at the time.
Also, if anybody else was interested, there's also like a guy's version of this perfume to go alongside it. There is a Lando Calrissian version that has a
Oh.
cape.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Lando
what?
just looks like-
Of course there is. And of
Why would
course,
you do it?
Billy D. Williams would be okay with this.
you know Billy D would.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jesus.
All right, moving on
To the next.
Yes.
because I
Next
can't
up,
look at that picture no more.
next up we have. I had to include this. So, as you guys know,
Yes,
when
this
Star
is
Wars
on
was
my
released
list.
in 1977, no actual toys were released until a little bit later, and kids had to send off for this cardboard stand with the promise of a bunch of toys. And I think, honestly, to be a kid off the back of the hype of the first Star Wars movie and to get this through the post, bit of a piss take.
Oh gosh.
These kids also had to send this back in as proof to receive the first 5 figures that were
What?
boxed.
that's
Yep.
So
trash.
not many of these
Well-
exist anymore.
So Lucas was having problems finding a toy company to back them.
Yep.
He found Kenner, but Kenner couldn't produce enough to make sales.
Yes.
So literally, this gift certificate came in stating that you get this, and if you collect all of these and you turn this other certificate in, you can get the rocket firing Boba Fett, which never happened.
Oh yeah.
It
And
was
turn
a
around
wish
and-
and a promise.
Turn around and you got the one that didn't fire a rocket. Like it was a back-to-back Christmas of bullshit. Like it just ruined you when this stuff came out. Because you're like, yeah, I get some figures, and then you see this, and you're like, at least I'll get Boba Fett when I collect these. You collect all of them, and then you don't get a rocket firing Boba Fett. Damn you! How dare you, Kenner? You're muted again, Charlie.
Sorry. I know, I really do feel for those poor kids. Next up, I wanted to include both of these. We have a custom Boba Fett guitar, which
Oh yeah,
I love. I love guitars. I love music. I think that is the ugliest thing I have ever seen.
I don't like the shape.
It's
At
horrible.
looks like
terrible.
like a bike helmet, like
Yeah, they just chopped
like a
the
little
half of it
kid.
and
like a little kid bike helmet. That's what it looks like.
just chop that shit in half.
mean-
Ugly.
Awful.
I guess that's what happens when a Sarlacc pukes you back up.
Yeah.
Is that what
we
you look like? You
also-
look like an awkward guitar, huh?
For the younger or less, like other members of the family, there's a
Ukulele.
Rebels ukulele.
Ukulele.
Yeah.
With
actually
most
saw this in
obscure artwork on it. Like, what is this? Like, Ezra's the main character, and he's not even here. Like,
No, we love Kanan. I'm sorry.
Ezra's on the
graphic
bottom.
design. Graphic design is my passion.
This was lazy. This was
It's
just
lazy.
lazy
It's
slap
lazy.
on. It's probably a sticker and you can peel it off.
And finally, obviously, we can't play a sample of this for copyright reasons. There was a Christmas album released with R2D2 and C3PO with a bunch of rewritings of festive hits for Star Wars. And I think if anybody bought me this, you can listen to it on YouTube and Spotify. If anybody bought me this, it's honestly, it's so bad. It's so
Is it really
terrible. It's such a cash grab. It's
Charlie put it on the chat. You didn't listen to none of it?
yeah, I put
but
the album
like I barely listened to it because there's a 2-year-old screaming in the background. I want different music. Obviously, that says something when the 2-year-old doesn't want to hear it. So I literally got
also
maybe 10 seconds of it.
What bothers me is that Anthony Daniels is credited, but so is Kenny Baker. But Kenny Baker didn't voice.
Nope. But Kenny Baker got some royalty off of it. He got some money off that shit. He made money. I'm not even mad at him. It's a way to get into it.
Yeah, that's just even the album cover looks like crap. So you know what I'm saying?
It looks like Santa's not sure. He's questioning life. He's like rocking himself in front of the fire, like, oh God. He does. He looks like he's about to cry. He's got milk, warm milk. He's like, oh God, is it
Help
over?
me. Save me. Finally, we have a 16-foot inflatable Christmas Darth Vader.
Hey, I would buy one of those. I would get one of those.
Yeah.
Put it in front
I
of
hate this.
I would put it in front of my house. I'd
I'm
be
not
like,
even
yeah.
They
I'll be
look
outside sword fighting with
so
him.
tacky.
Fighting with
Oh.
the giant Darth Vader in my front yard.
It's huge.
Videoing it. I put it on
Oh my God.
put it on Instagram. That'd be great.
Yeah,
I
for
could
our
do that.
audio listeners, this is a like humongous inflatable Christmas Darth Vader, and instead of a lightsaber, he has a candy cane for outside the front of your house to let your neighbors know just how much into Christmas and Star Wars you are.
He can't even lick the candy cane.
That's a shame.
You don't have no tongue. It burnt off. Melted in his mouth. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Oh my
I'll
God.
take it to the
Thank you.
kidney shop.
Thank you so much, everyone. I've been so excited to share all of that horrible, horrible stuff with you.
That was terrible.
Oh,
That,
Jesus.
there's some terrible, terrible products.
There's
out there.
one I have to share. It is the Yoda Magic 8-Ball.
Oh,
So-
no,
that
it's...
thing,
So I found the reviews and some of the reasons why it was so badly perceived. You had to shake it like you were playing with yourself to get it to do anything. And you had to turn Yoda upside down and then shake it like this. Yep. To get it to work. It wasn't like go crazy. You had to literally shake it up and down to make it work. It got such bad reviews. I think they only made like 1,000 of them sell.
yeah,
So that's
you had
bad.
to look up. You had to look up under his Jedi robes. to see
Mhm.
that
No, that too. Yeah. So after you shook him like that, you had to look under his robe.
asshole.
Oh,
what
what?
was going on? Yep.
It was-
What the?
Yep.
It's terrible.
That's
It was
terrible.
terrible. Yeah, it was
That's the
terrible.
only reason why I got bad reviews is because of those two things. Jeez. And then that is all I had. I think Charlie and I kind of went back. Oh wait, one more. Star Wars adult diapers.
Oh, God.
Yep. And
Hey.
it was like those sheets, like the sheets you can get in like the 70s and 80s when they first came out with like bed sheets, those on adult diapers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
good. I'ma
if you
need
want to
those in about
theme
5
your
years.
incontinence, go ahead.
But as a gift on Christmas, that's slightly
Yeah, as a gift
embarrassing.
on Christmas, maybe not.
I got some Star Wars underwear. It's not really diapers, but some Star Wars underwear was cool.
Okay,
I mean,
that
that's fair. Star Wars socks and underwear I can get behind.
yeah,
Hey,
but
so
a
I know-
grown
I
male
know y'all-
diaper.
You can really get behind, yeah.
I know y'all seen those. I know y'all seen those because I've seen them posted on Instagram and TikTok. There's like the elephant draws that your like the
Yeah.
man stuff go. They have one that's a lightsaber. I seen it the other day.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
have
Oh,
one
Garrison
that's
is
a lightsaber.
through the
I seen it. It popped up on my TikTok the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta find out where to get these."
A
But
Star
then-
Wars banana hammock.
yeah. I was like, "Yeah, I gotta give me one of those."
That's dope.
Oh no. Oh geez. Are we going to share what we have for gifts you should get your spouse or children or anyone you love properly?
I don't have none of my family members like Star Wars except me, so I don't buy them nothing that has to do with Star Wars. So
Okay. Well,
if I buy I might be able to sneak a Baby Yoda by to my wife. She might like that. She likes Baby Yoda. She been trying to steal my little stuffed Baby Yoda for about a week now.
well, I have a
The
list of
motto
things
for
you
that-
can buy though. If I may share.
Go ahead, give me 2
Yeah,
seconds.
Dylan says drop the saber sock in the chat.
It's going.
Oh, I have
am
a
right
perfect-
there. I am with you.
I have a
Give me
perfect
2
slogan for that.
seconds.
Hold on.
I don't know where it's
Perfect
at. Like
slogan.
it was on there, and then I was like doing something. I seen it, and I was like, oh man, oh there you
Yes,
go.
take it. Perfect slogan. Perfect slogan. Turn your shower into a showstopper.
Hey! Dylan, there
It
you
grows
go.
with the force.
There you
Oh
go.
man, yeah, it
It's
grows with the
knitted.
right force.
Oh Jesus.
It's
Oh, that's so
crocheted.
Okay, y'all, that would itch so bad.
Use a little
Oh,
bit
no.
of force, and you'll see my midichlorian count.
Oh Jesus.
Christmas.
The Jedi Order has fallen. We must
Right.
procreate.
Right, enough. It's gone. It's going. It's gone.
Okay, for the audio listeners, there is a crocheted.
Sock?
It's a sock
yeah.
that you put on
Yeah.
your you put on your a man's private area.
It's a sheath. It is a
It's
sheath for your most amazing sword. For your most precious sword.
Oh jeez.
As we call it in the UK, it's a willy warmer. That's what it is.
Oh, yes. I'm so done.
Dude, that would itch so bad. You know how bad that would itch? Some crochet.
Rebuild the order the fun
It'd
way.
be like you had crabs.
That's beautiful.
You'd be over there like, oh god,
That
oh.
Good one, Dylan. Good one.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Are we
Okay.
are we done with the willy warmer?
Oh,
I love it.
So I
the
have
most
10
outrageous Star Wars shows on the web.
So I have 10 things that you should buy or maybe buy for your family. So I
Number
found a
one, the
webs-
willy warmer.
Is that how you get your family started?
Oh
There.
my goodness.
Number one. So Kyber Crafts is a website. They make custom Star Wars helmets. So you can get like Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, any clones, anything of that sort. They're kind of a little small business. This kid makes these helmets from literally 3D print, and they're amazing. If you want to go with the least expensive route, this kid literally has helmets from like $150 to $450. They're all the same quality though. I honestly am contemplating buying one, but I was told with a strict finger in my face, do not buy yourself anything from October until January. Star Wars. And I'm not going to argue with my girlfriend at all. She slightly terrifies me with this because the way she looked at me when she said it had some malice behind it. So I'm going to go with that. You can buy the complete saga, all 9 movies for $75. Or if you want to
Yeah.
be overly bougie, you can pay $150 and get it in Blu-ray. Or if you want to spend $349, you can get it in 4K.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's okay. I only need to buy 6 of them.
You're telling
Here's what I
me,
think I have.
you're
I'm
telling
playing. I'm
me,
playing. I'm
you're
playing.
telling
I'm
me
playing.
that you don't want to see Daisy Ridley's beautiful face in 4K.
I can just do. I got Disney Plus.
True.
A Star Wars nightlight. You can either get Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, or the LightSaber, and that's $50. This was on the list of like worst products, but I still don't think it's a bad product. It's the R2D2 popcorn maker.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
I'd have one of those.
that's $100, and I love it. I think when you take off his head and it turns into the bowl, I think that's amazing. The Millennium Falcon
Terrifying.
wireless charger, you can go to GameStop and buy that for like $25. I think if you want to be a cheap stocking stuffer, or you really don't want to spend a lot of money and you don't want to be in a store for too long, I think that's an easy cash grab. These last two are kind of me. Boba Fett backpack. I'm trying to drop some hints because she does listen to this show. Boba Fett backpack. It
And
literally
put a 50-foot cable, Cat5 cable in the backpack when you buy it for him.
Shots fired, bro.
ouch. Or if you really love Nerf guns, they do have a Boba Fett Nerf gun blaster set where you get Boba Fett's mask on top of this really big ass Nerf gun. Ouch. That was loud in my headset.
Ow.
Yeah, that got me
Kyle,
good.
R.I.P. headphone users.
Yeah. And the last three are anything from Only Hope Supply. They make a beautiful t-shirts. I don't know if I've sent the link in the chat for you guys to look at them.
I am all for more Star Wars t-shirts.
$20 a shirt is not bad, and they're really, really nice. Anything on Etsy you can think of, because Etsy, I support small business owners a lot, and I think buying anything from a small business is the best way to go. You keep muting your mic when you want to say something, Charlie.
No. I was moving. I didn't want like the microphone to pick up me shuffling around.
And then number 10, something from the heart for your spouse or your kids or your loved ones, whether it's Star Wars or not. I think that's the most important thing, is getting something that means something to you that would mean something to them.
That's adorable. We're all just big softies, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
So hopefully all of our listeners have a nice idea of sort of where, like, what's good, what's bad. I'm excited. Oh, also, one other thing, if you're really stuck, buy someone a Black Series helmet. There's so many to choose from. And they're really cool. They're really cool and really, really well made. 10 out of 10. Kyle, is it time for our what if?
Yes. Other than I forgot. Hold up. Wait, I'm getting there.
Ooh.
Hold up. I'm moving. Okay.
It only takes one decision to decide the direction of the galaxy. A decision that will influence the outcome. But if that decision went the other way, reality as we know it would change forever. The galaxy would be on a different course. Things that have happened would cease to exist. A new narrative would be etched into creation. So we are going to analyze those other possibilities when we ask, what if?
Okay, so today's what if question is kind of a controversial question depending on how you look at things. But the what if question of this week is, what if Order 66 failed? What would happen then?
Yes. No. Yes.
It did fail. It did fail.
If you look at it in a sense,
I don't know.
It kind of worked.
Yeah, I mean, it failed to kill all the Jedi, but the overall existence of Order 66, because of Order 66, was what allowed the Empire for Palpatine to take control of the galaxy, and that's what it was created to do.
Yeah, it caused
to jumpstart the upcoming apocalypse of the universe changing completely over. So, in the major way, it did happen. It did its job. Now, did it kill all the Jedi? No, but then they had Vader to do that, so Vader killed the rest of them and the Inquisitors. So
it caused all the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was there.
No, it just caused the surviving Jedi to go into hiding anyways. So we're kind of as good as dead for a while.
So what do you think would have happened if they would have started Order 66 and
He called it out, and everybody was like Yoda, and just sensed it, flipped over the clones and killed them all, and then all the Jedi's were still existing, and Anakin got beat in the Jedi Temple, and Order 66 didn't happen. How do you think things would have turned out?
I think Palpatine would have been forced to go into hiding versus the Jedi being forced to go into hiding. I think he would have had to take a huge step back and start, I guess, from scratch, really, because everything kind of hinged on Order 66 being successful and for him to be able to like advance the progress with Anakin, etc., etc. And I wonder if it maybe would have forced Palpatine to go back to what he was originally trying to do and looking like at Strandcast and pushing. We may have seen the episodes of like The Force Awakens and that part of Star Wars happen earlier, potentially, with him being forced to like really change his plan of action.
I don't know. I think something similar still would have happened, because with how Order 66 happened, Palpatine had control of, like, he was the Senate, you know what I mean? He had control of the whole government, he had control of the army, not to mention he was kind of behind the scenes on the Separatists as well. So he had a lot of like military power. And the way he painted the Jedi as traitors, I think would have set most people against the Jedi, because a lot of people kind of believe that the Jedis were traitors to the Republic. And so I think it would have went into like more of a war, but I think the end result kind of still would have been similar. I don't think the Jedi could have taken on that many clones and that much power by themselves. You know what I mean? They weren't soldiers. You know what I mean? That's not what they were meant to be. And I mean, we see in episode 2, this is combat that the Jedi were just not used to. And that's why so many people died on Geonosis. That's why so many Jedis died on Geonosis. They were kind of caught off guard with this giant combat. And so I think the same thing would have happened. Even if they didn't wipe out all the Jedi in Order 66, they would have been painted as enough of traitors where eventually they would have been hunted down or driven away.
And then I think I agree with you. At this point, Palpatine was in control of the Separatists, and he was in control of the Republic. So there's no way that 1,000 Jedi, or how many Jedi were around at that time, would have had the ability to fight against two major offensive armies. The clones and the droids were having problems fighting with each other. So you imagine if the clones and the droids are now fighting together. But the only problem that I have with that scenario is I just don't see the clones being able, like, you could just tell the droids to, okay, your droids don't kill no more clones, only kill Jedi. But I don't see the clones, being on that same thing. They might be okay with Order 66 and killing the Jedi, but like, they've been fighting since their creation against the robot armies. They're not gonna just transfer over to these. Now we have to question, what type of control does Order 6 have on them? Do they just follow orders just blatantly, as we see in the Bad Batch? Someone was like, "Hey, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense." Now, the Clone Force was a little bit, or Clone Force 99 was a little bit different. They was created a little bit different than other clones. They just kind of went over, but it was against the Jedi. It wasn't against the the Separatist army and the droid army. So, like, it could have went a lot of different ways. But I do agree with Palpatine being in control of both armies. The Jedi just there ain't nothing they could do about it.
My biggest thing with this though is, like, Rex is a prime example of this. Rex fought the Order very hard to the point where Ahsoka took the chip out. So let's say the chip doesn't work. They've been with these Jedis from the beginning. I don't see them turning on the Jedis, even with the command of it. Like we saw in the beginning with in the beginning of Bad Batch with Hunter and all them. Why? What did they do? How did they do that? Like, how do you figure they did that? They've been here. How could they plan a scheme like this and not bring everybody back to Coruscant to execute this scheme? I see a lot of the clones putting up a fight on whether or not they should turn around and help the Galactic Empire that's being built, or stick with the Jedi and hear it all out. Like I said, with Rex, you see it. With Hunter, you see it. I think with like guys like Rex and Cody and Wolf, like these big name commanders and captains, telling their guys like, "Hey, this can't be real. This can't be true. You got to look at it in more detail. Just because Palpatine says it's happening doesn't mean it is actually happening."
Well,
You need to-
as soon as he said Order
Yeah.
66, they started killing the Jedi.
They did it. Yeah.
They did it. My thing would be, would they be able to sit back and say without that, definitive thing that's been programmed in them? But it hadn't been programmed into them other than they just had been doing it so long to fight the droid army. So for them to tell the clones, now you're on the same side as the droid army, I think that they would have a problem with that. Not so much killing the Jedis. I think that they would kill the Jedi. I think the outcome would have still been the same. It just would have took a longer period of time because of the simple fact of now you got to get these two armies to work together to fight against the Jedi. And then find out that then they'd have to kind of say that the Jedis were the provocateurs of the whole thing, and they were the ones that set up.
It'd be hard. It'd be a hard thing to convince, though, because yes, in Coruscant, like we saw this in Clone Wars once again, where people were against the war and were against the Jedis because they were in the war and they weren't the peacekeepers that they thought they were. Like that episode of the bombing that happened, and they had to find that girl who like practically made her husband a human bomb in the engineer bay. Like there was enough people in front of the Jedi Temple to kind of prove that point where people were against them. But you got a whole galaxy versus 1,000 people on Coruscant against the Jedi. That's really hard to try to convince that. Just because, and a lot of people were against Palpatine's rule. I mean, just imagine Padme speaking up if she didn't go.
Well,
Let's say Padme didn't die. You got Padme coming out of the woodwork saying, "Hey, the Jedi aren't bad. It's Palpatine. It's got to be Palpatine. We got to get Palpatine out."
Yeah, but I think Palpatine did such a good idea. He did such a good job with the propaganda because he united the government against a common enemy. That's been common throughout history. I mean, look at even Caesar did it. You know what I mean? When you have a common enemy, it's really easy to centralize the power into one person so you can act quickly.
Yeah.
And right after the Separatists are over, he immediately paints, the Jedi are the new bad guys. We need to stay united under me to fight the Jedi. And everybody went along with it.
Yeah.
So I think, honestly, Order 66 was almost kind of inevitable. If they didn't die then, they were going to die later.
Yeah,
That was a beautiful answer.
Yeah, that was a great rebuttal from.
Wow.
I just don't see a way that
Fuck my logic.
Now,
Sorry.
if you look at the overall, like if it really did fail and everything failed, I think the overall outcome would be that the Jedi there would have been more Jedis to go and fight, against Palpatine. So I don't think Palpatine would have made it out of there. I don't think Anakin would have been able to cut off Mace Windu's hand because it would have been way more Jedis there because they were like, all right, wait a minute, the clones just tried to kill us. But it just, I don't know. There's so many different possibilities that could go, but I just don't see a way that the Jedi could have made it out of it. I just don't see a way that they could have came out to be on top. It was just like that was like the best plan ever because it couldn't fail. It was like one of those plans that just could not fail. No matter
by the time the Jedi found out that he was the Sith Lord, it was too late. He was already in control of the government.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you could have stopped him is when he was still just like a senator from Naboo.
Now, if you brought Flash into it and he could go back in Flashpoint and go back in time and then they could kill him then it might be all right. But the way it worked out now, it ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to happen. Without time travel, it's not going to happen. I don't see a way that Palpatine could lose. It was just too well of an executed plan. And you got to understand, this is a plan that's been based since the Bane. Bane started the ruler too, so it was just kind of just gradually growing to take over the entire galaxy from before that, from the beginning of the Sith to take over the galaxy. It kind of restarted at a point with Bane, and then it went on to Xanon and Cognis, and then just went down. And by the time you got to somebody like Palpatine, this has been a long time plan coming. So it's like multiple people, multiple points, multiple things. They've been setting up stuff for, a long, long time to get this. I just don't see how it could fail. I don't even, it's like, this might be one of the worst what if questions because it's like, what if this happened? And then the answer is, it ain't going to change shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good question. Don't get me wrong. It is a good question because, like I said, with the clones, they've been with these Jedi for so long. I don't really know if, like, the people could turn, but I don't know about the clones because, like I said, if they all had their own individual mindsets, which we do see, Echo 5s, Heavy, like guys like that in the 501st, I don't see other clones going there and being like, well, I think Palpatine's right. No, you've been with that Jedi for 5 years, 6 years, however long. You know their actions. You know what kind of Jedi they.
We seen it in the beginning of the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
They're sitting there and Palpatine's like, dude, the Jedi are the enemy. And they're all like, yeah. And
well, they're also under Order 66 mind control. They're going to cheer them on because their mindset is, yes, that Jedi already bad. You got to kill him. Without it.
But by the time that they can start really removing all the chips and start doing shit, all the Jedi are dead already.
My what if is, what if the chips didn't work in the first place, kind of like in the Bad Batch, where it didn't even come into an effect? Like, what if the chips that they developed didn't even work right? Like,
now that's a different scenario.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a different scenario because then if none of the chips work, I don't see none of the clones turning against their Jedi commanders.
Yeah, that was when I came into this. That was my first immediate thought was, what if the chips didn't work at all? Like, what if that didn't happen? Then we would see the army kind of like realizing like, hey, I've been with this Jedi for the last 7 years. I've learned so much about this guy. I've been his right-hand man for the last 7 years. I don't see him going and turning against the Republic like this. This isn't how this is working. There's something more behind it. Like I said, we saw in the Bad Batch.
Dylan says the Bad Batch shows us that the chips' effectiveness aren't permanent. Clones like Hauser shows that.
Yep.
That's why they are phased out. But by this time, if you're looking at it at the way that it went on, it's already too far along.
Yeah.
So, there ain't enough Jedi around to do shit no more. They're all hiding because they don't even know what's going on. They can't even get no real information yet. So, at this point, they're already screwed.
Yeah.
The Jedi are already screwed. Now, if they were ineffective at the very beginning, it might have went a different way.
Oh, yeah.
Because then I don't think the clones would have fought against the things.
Nope.
But then you also got to look at it before you got Anakin walking into the Jedi temple with all these clones that are following him, and he's like, they're just killing all the Jedi, and this is an entire building full of Jedis. Padawans, Masters, Grandmasters, you got, well, I don't know about Grandmasters. I think Yoda's only Grandmaster at that time, but, they just walked in and slaughtered them. And so you got to look at it just kind of bases, if the chips are effective and then wears off, it doesn't matter. They wore off too late. Unless they wore off, 1-2 days, but it's taking months.
Yeah.
It's taking a lot of time for them to wear for the effectiveness of the chips to wear off. Then it would, it's not going to make a difference because the Jedi.
It's already over. It's already been a slaughterhouse in the first place.
Now, if they weren't effective right when it started, then that goes a whole different way.
Yeah.
But then you still got to understand, and I think you're going to have some of the clones that are like super dedicated to the Republic. That's who they are. They're the Republic Army. They're still going to follow Palpatine. Palpatine's the president. He's the chief commander. And then you got the other ones that's like, no, this ain't right. There's something going on. Now they're going to be fighting against each other. So that splits the army. Then you have the separatists coming in fighting a split army. Regardless, it turns out the same way. So lest the chips are not effective right off the bat, that's the only way that I think that it could have changed the ties.
Yeah, that was my thought coming into this one about what if Order 66 didn't work or happen. That was my immediate thought.
But it kind of sucks because we knew that the effectiveness of the chips was kind of there anyway from the Clone Wars. If we watched in the Clone Wars when what was it, 5s, or I can't remember which one of the clones, his chip started malfunctioning and stuff, and so they went in and they fixed that, and then now all the clones got to go back to Geonosis. They were cycling them through to make sure that everybody's chips was effective and working. So they Palpatine planned this out just too well. You know, like I said, this has been multiple Sith Lords been planning this for years and years and years. It's just the odds. And then a lot of people fail to realize too, when you really think about it, and Yoda says it. He says, with Anakin being the chosen one, that could go for either way. Not necessarily he's the chosen one to rid the galaxy of the Sith. He is to bring balance to the Force. You got 100,000 Jedi, or however many Jedi there are, and you got 2 Sith. There's no balance there. You know, so it was almost destined for Anakin to be a Dark Lord anyway, because he needed to bring the balance. So it was almost like the Force was dictating the situation without the actions of Order 66 or any of this. It was going to come to a point that the bunch of the Jedis had to get killed to balance the Force out. That's just the way I look at it from the information that has been given to us. And Yoda, I mean, he says it. It could go either way. He was like, it might, you know, we might be looking at this prediction the wrong way.
I would be inclined to agree.
So that's like, I think that's one of the most difficult what if questions that you can really do, because I don't see a what if. Only what if could happen is if the clones didn't turn and Order 66 didn't work at all, and then they fought alongside the Jedi. But at the same time, you got some of them that are just, you know, they're just strictly based on we're the Republic army, and we're gonna follow our commander in chief, which is Palpatine.
Yeah.
So then, if you split your forces, and you're already fighting against an army that has overwhelming odds because they just build more droids faster than you can build a clone. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's very difficult. That's a very difficult what if.
I think, especially with the clones, I think loyalty would still come first. And I think that would play a huge component. I think you'd see a real split between clones that stayed with the Jedi when everyone realized what had happened.
So yeah, that's a difficult what if question. That
It is. It is. I mean, there's a million scenarios that could go into it.
Meaty discussion, though. I'm enjoying listening.
All right, now let's get to some news and rumors.
Go on then.
The ultimate news and rumors.
Oh, the only thing I'm going to kick us off with is where is Boba Fett? Where is Book of Boba Fett? I need it right now. I am tired of waiting, and all I have seen is hype, 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 hype.
I have only one thing, and that's the only thing I've seen. I have shared the hell out of it. I've retweeted it. It is Tamara Morrison and Columbia Sportswear came out with a line of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
Hat, t-shirts, and 3 jackets. And he turned around before it even dropped. He signed it and picked one lucky winner to get it. Whoever got it, go pound sand. No, I mean, congrats. But they look amazing.
That jacket was in my list of things to talk about as gifts. It does go for about $450, so it's it's quite pricey, but it is gorgeous.
I would never wear it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I paid $400 for my car. I do not think I am spending $450 on a jacket. It's glorious, though. It looks amazing. Oh, Jesus. But that's it. I don't think I'd ever wear it, though.
Am I the only one with all the trailers and how long we're waiting that I'm getting less excited for the Book of Boba Fett? Just because I've been waiting for so long?
Nope.
No, it's like I've been waiting for so long. I'm just accepting it's not coming out yet, so I'm just like,
have
whatever.
Patience, young Padawan.
I don't know.
The other day we were watching the football game, Thursday Night Football. They did a TV spot for it, and I lost my shit. I mean, I'm still excited as when it was first discussed.
Maybe. Am I the only one that just feels like time is going in slow motion
Oh
for some
God,
reason.
that is
like
like
Yeah.
everybody else is like, oh, Christmas. Oh, I'm like, oh man, come on, Boba Fett. Like I don't even give a shit about Christmas. I want Boba Fett. I want Boba Fett. Why did they should have brought Boba Fett out before Christmas. Or you know what would have been dope if they'd have dropped it on Christmas. That would have been great.
Oh, that would be a great way to end.
That would
Christmas.
been the best Christmas present ever. We wouldn't even have no best and worst gifts of Christmas. We'd have been like best gifts ever. Book of Boba Fett comes out on Christmas Day. That would have been amazing. That would have been like the ultimate ultimate Christmas present to all Star Wars fans is drop the Book of Boba Fett. Because it seems like time is going in slow motion to get to the Book of Boba Fett.
It's
Like,
not
damn,
getting
man,
any faster.
it's only the third, or it's only the second, or man, damn, it's only the first. Man, I still got 29 days left. Jeez, oh man, this take forever. That's the way I feel. I feel like it's just taking way too long. Like maybe that's just because I'm old and I know it's precious or something.
Obviously, with the kind of festive season ramping up, Bring Home the Bounty this week has been reasonably exciting. There's like a luggage set. I'm more interested in the new release of the Jar Jar Binks Funko Pop, and I am so excited to get it and add it to my collection.
Nope.
Yes, I love him.
Nope. No Jar Jar for me.
No.
I want to get all of them and go to the shooting range. I want to get like 5 of them.
Fair.
Go to the shooting range and shoot them.
You either listen to the podcast or the gun gets it. Like that's
we have sound effects in the background of him saying, man, him doing his saying and pow, oh shit, pow, him saying something and then just bullet, pow, gunshots. You know what have made me very happy? If Qui-Gon, instead of snatching his tongue when he stuck his tongue out in that episode in the Phantom Menace, if he'd have just cut it off with the lightsaber, like as soon as it came out, like he just was like zoom, and then it was done, and he couldn't talk no more. Like he just ended all his talking for the rest of the whole epic. It would have been epic. It would have been the greatest thing ever.
Maybe I don't know if the kids would have enjoyed that as much.
I would have. I would have been so happy.
I think you might have traumatized them just a smidge, just a.
Like I liked him the very first time I watched the Phantom Menace. Like I was like, damn, Jar Jar, this dude's kind of funny. He's saying stuff, and he was his voice and everything, and what he was saying, it was kind of funny, and then passing out and everything, and then like sticking his tongue in the beams on the power racer, all that was hilarious. I was like, yeah, this dude's pretty funny. But by the second time you watch it, it's like this is the most annoying person that has ever been created. Like I don't know why George Lucas created this guy. Like somebody needed to kill him off in like the first 5 seconds. First time, great. Second time, terrible. Like, oh man, this is ruining Star Wars.
I do have to admit, it has been a relatively slow week of news on my end, at least.
There isn't like even looking at like stuff that's even popped up like in the last like day. It's not really. There's not too much anything else. Kylo Ren or Adam Driver, he said that he kept some of the props. Like, okay, who really cares?
Aww.
That's not surprising. I think every Star Wars
Daisy
actor should
Ridley
keep
kept
one.
some as well.
It just there's not really that much out. Most of the stuff that's coming out, it has to do with the Book of Boba Fett or
and speculation and theory.
To do with Boba Fett. A lot of people are just sitting back saying, oh, we think this is going to happen, giving, some predictions of, people's thoughts and things that they think is going to happen within the series, which is cool. I like reading them and I like people's ideas.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, it's not really news and it's a lot of rumor-based stuff, because it's basically this is your opinion of what you think is going to happen. We all gave our opinion of what we think is going to happen on it and what we would like to see. So, I mean, everybody's entitled, but it just wasn't like news-wise.
Right.
It wasn't
No.
it wasn't nothing that was really...
Nothing really popped out, and I normally kind of keep my head open on Instagram and Twitter on that stuff. And
Does that mean
slow?
Does that mean I can leap ahead and tie you all in circles with a quiz?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I might have
Yes.
jumped too fast on that one. I don't know.
Yes.
This is bad.
I'm ready. I'm
There
ready.
we go.
You're ready.
I can do
Let's
it.
do it.
I can do
Let me
it.
get my phone ready.
Yep.
No, I'm joking.
Done.
Right in front of me.
Well, now, you insufferable want rats, it's time for Charlie's Impossible Quiz.
I still love 3PO.
Never going to get tired of how much I love that. Oh my goodness. Question number 1. What year were the first Star Wars Kenner action figures released?
78.
No.
Oh,
Garrison?
79.
No.
Oh, it was right before.
I'm starting you all off with one hell of a trick question.
Of course.
Repeat the
Technically-
question.
What
well,
year were the
technically- Go ahead.
What year were the first Star Wars Kenner action figures released?
Kenna?
Yeah.
Kenner.
What is that?
Kenner.
Oh.
That was the toy company that made
Oh,
all the Star Wars
okay.
toys.
I was like, what's Kenna?
That's it. And that's
Kenner
the
and
trick part of
Hasbro are like
Okay. No, Kenner. Yeah, I just couldn't understand your flipping British imperialist accent. I'm just kidding.
Ouch!
it.
Shots
I was playing.
fired. Return
No,
fire.
I'm just buying time so somebody can
I
think
would
of the
say
answer.
that it was released. I would say that they were released in 1977, but they actually didn't come out.
Yes,
until
they
later on.
were, Kyle. Congratulations. That point is yours.
I had to listen to the question better.
They
Damn
were
it.
released in 77. Like they were made and ready to go in 77, but they didn't get released. Like it's Question number 2. How many variations of Luke Skywalker did Kenner produce? CJ?
4.
No. CJ?
5.
But no. We are not playing this game.
Yeah, I don't know anything about.
I'm gonna
flipping
take a
toys.
guess about 100.
No. Kenner produced 7 different variations of Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that.
That one. Whatever he is.
Question number 3. How much does the rocket-firing Boba Fett sell for mint on card?
Okay, say that. again.
Oh, flip.
How much does the rocket-firing Boba Fett sell for mint on card? Garrison?
120 grand.
No. CJ?
$250,000.
No.
I have no idea.
Y'all are really
lot.
ambitious.
I'm gonna say more than I'm willing to spend.
More than you're willing to spend, yeah. You're looking, if you'd like one mint on card, you're looking at about $45,000.
Huh.
Oh, we went way too high.
Yeah, that's just something. That's only a new truck.
Yeah.
A new truck, a
Yeah.
deposit for a house. Question number 4. How many Black Series Force Effects lightsabers are there? I am including the ones that have been like pre-released but not physically released yet. CJ?
8.
8. No.
Dylan said 7.
No.
19.
Oh, Garrison, you can have the point. You're so close. 20.
Oh,
Uh, 20. No joke.
Yes. Well done. Question number 5. Who is the 300th figure in the Hasbro line?
The 300th figure.
Yeah, it was a huge celebration for them to reach that number, and they released a special edition of this character.
George Lucas.
Ah.
No. No.
I was going to be
That
smart. Damn it. Kyle. I wanted to say it. The maker himself, George Lucas.
300th figure.
CJ?
Can I ask a certain question on this? Is it a new figure or a same character?
Same character.
Oh,
CJ?
3PO.
No.
Oh.
Darth Vader.
No. Garrison, any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses?
Luke Skywalker. I don't
Y'all
know.
are going to kick yourselves. CJ?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, the answer is Boba Fett.
Ah,
I hate
Oh
myself.
wow!
How dare
You should
I?
know this. You should have known that.
How dare I? I was trying to avoid that because that was like the obvious answer. But I was like, no, because if it's Boba Fett, that can't be right.
Told you
Never
trick
mind.
questions.
oh boy. Here we go.
Question number 6. In the early 2000s, in what store could you find the figure set for the iconic jizz group, the Max Rebo Band?
Target.
Oh, no. CJ?
Toys R Us.
No.
Oh.
Walmart.
Yes, Garrison.
Wow.
Yes.
He's all hyped about it. Damn. Really get into that.
And as it was a Walmart exclusive, they are also very, very hard to find now. Question number 7. Who was the first Star Wars character to be made into a Funko Pop? CJ?
R2.
No.
Oh.
Yoda.
Garrison? No. Kyle?
Darth Vader.
Yes.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
Yes, Darth Vader is Funko Pop number 1 for the Star Wars series.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Question
I thought
number...
R2 would have been better.
I don't know what happened to him. I lost it during movie.
Damn, that'd be worth so much now. People pay stupid amounts for those.
Oh God, yeah.
Question number 8. Who founded and runs Rancho Obi-Wan?
Oh.
I just shared something on Twitter about him because he's opening back up for the first time since the beginning of COVID.
For our listeners who may not know, Rancho Obi-Wan is recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records, the largest collection of Star Wars merchandise in one place.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
I just retweeted this like last night on the Twitter. Oh, how dare I? I was so excited to read it.
I don't feel bad. I read it off of your post and I can't remember. I was like, oh yeah.
John. No. Steve.
Yes. His first name is in fact Steve. His name is Steve
Oh, is it?
Sansweet.
Hey!
Yes. Congratulations, rural boy.
No.
I'm the best guesser ever.
Garrison, you're on like 3 points so far. I'm so proud. Question number 9. Which piece of Galaxy's Edge merchandise caused issues at the airport for fans heading home and was subsequently banned? CJ?
Thermal detonator Coke bottles.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Because when you were going through the scan, you can see a clear bottle, but you can see a plastic top to it. And if there's liquid in it, it looks very sketchy.
Yeah.
I got a point.
You did get a point. Good job. Well done. Question number 10. How many individual pieces make up the Ultimate Collection series Lego Millennium Falcon?
1,000.
Whoa. No. CJ?
Bigger.
They're in the 4,000s, but I think
Nope.
it's like 4. No? Am I too high?
9,000. Oh,
Closer.
12,000.
No. CJ?
Well, you said closer to mine or to Garrison's? Because my guess really determines that.
I'm not going to tell you that. You just have to guess.
20. It's like 21,000 something.
No, it isn't.
Well, I don't know. I know that.
Now that you won't help me out here, damn it.
The total
Star
number of
Destroyer
pieces.
is freaking too many. I don't even know how many it is. It's way too many.
The total number of individual pieces required to build the Lego Millennium Falcon, as recently released for the Christmas season, is 7,541 individual pieces.
Oh.
Yikes.
So Garrison and I were right there. Like he was too high and I was too low. That was the middle ground. Okay.
Our final question, because I've really enjoyed this round this week. Other than the iconic rocket-firing Boba Fett, what is the rarest and hardest to find Star Wars action figure?
Other than the Boba Fett?
Yes. Garrison?
George Lucas in the Princess Leia bikini.
Oh, I wish that was real.
Oh, wow.
No guesses? You're all stumped this week.
Yeah.
'cause
Is it a Darth Vader thing?
rarest
No.
one to find? The
Yeah.
rarest action figure to find. I would
Action.
say
It's a figure itself, so
Tarkin.
No. So,
A Jawa?
no. This is quite obscure, which I really enjoy. The hardest. No, Rural Farm Boy, no. Vlix from the 1985 animated series Droids. It was only
rabbit?
released. No, he's like a
What was the
blue
rabbit?
with like a blue jumpsuit.
Wow.
Mint on card. It was only ever released in Brazil, which now makes it the hardest and rarest of Star Wars figures to find, and it sells for about $58,000,
What the?
give or take.
I'm okay.
It's a
I don't
really
need it.
obscure character from a really small
Oh,
series.
what? So I once you said it, I Googled Vlix just because I didn't even know who you're talking about. And I still
Yeah.
don't know who you're talking about. I
Yeah.
still don't even recognize this dude.
Nope. No, I don't see it.
I can't even think of
Of course, it's something.
like it doesn't
obscure
look like it's
that.
from Star Wars. It looks like it'd be like from some kids like underwater cartoon or
Yeah.
something.
Congratulations
That's
to our
weird.
winner for this week's episode, Garrison. 10 out of 10.
Hey, you didn't get no 10 out of 10. You suck.
Well, no 10 out of 10, but you know what I mean.
You get 10 out of 10, I quit. I ain't playing no more.
Nope. Garrison starts answering all of them. I'm done. I'd be like, cool, go, Garrison. You got this. It's like that one episode. He just was unstoppable. It was like, do
You-
we even want to participate?
You guys just wait until we have like the ultimate quiz episode where the whole thing from start to finish, the whole hour and a half is just quiz questions.
Oh, no, man. What
Oh,
are you talking
shit.
about?
What?
did
That's
we-
a thing?
Yeah.
When did we come
Um,
up with this?
Yeah, when
idea?
did we agree on this?
We agreed on it a while ago. I have the receipt.
I remember her
don't-
saying
I
that.
I don't remember this.
think.
I
I
do
think
You're
I'm
remember her
sick
just,
saying
gonna,
that.
you're just gonna sit there and plead the fifth, and that's gonna be the end of it.
I think I'm sick that day. I don't know.
You think you're sick that day? Oh my goodness. Well,
Well, that was fun.
I
it
enjoyed
was
that.
fun. I'm guessing that it's time to say goodbye and farewell. And as always, tune in next week for more hijinks and mischief and more outrageousness from the crew here at LSR. Be safe, be kind, have a very, very happy holiday season, and may the force be with you always. Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. They're linked in the show notes below. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pick Film Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Charlie Harwood, Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Carl McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.